And that kind of brings us right into the next segment here, which is the FA Cup Final this weekend. Liverpool versus Chelsea at Wembley, Anfield South. The big news kind of going into this is that we don't have Fabinho, which is a fucking massive, can't be overstated enough how big of a loss that is for Liverpool. I pray to God he is available for the Champions League final. But on the other side of the ball, Chelsea doesn't look like they have Mateo Kovacic either. That radical Dan James tackle the other night is
That
going
was
to keep.
insane.
It was
That
insane.
wild tackle. Oh my god! And then he just sorry to just backtrack to that. He like is looking at the ref like, how is it a red? He like scissored him and then pulled him down. Like
Yeah, it could be more than 3 games, honestly. That's a pretty.
that was a tough challenge.
Yeah.
Cracking challenge.
But I know even my fucking dad, who doesn't watch soccer, during the Carabao Cup final was like, this Kovacic guy is pretty good. He ran all over our midfield. And I am very glad that, not glad he got injured, but glad that we don't have to play him on Saturday. That's a big miss in Chelsea's midfield.
It is. I am a little nervous now that we don't have kind of our midfield rock. However, I don't think it's detrimental. I think Hendo can step into that and play the 6 role really well. I also think Milner could step in and bring a very veteran presence to what we have, and a lot of physicality too.
So we know that Hendo's probably going to be the 6 now. Thiago's a definite. Who's your third midfielder between Milner, Naby, and Curtis Jones?
I'd have to go Naby, despite the inconsistencies. I think a game like this, you do need a little bit more speed, a little bit more what the fuck is going on to get things cycled through the midfield. Having Hendo and Thiago out there as well is, I think, going to settle it. Obviously, a little bit more on the left side, but no, I'm not as concerned as I think I normally would be in this position going into a final, losing Fabinho at the weekend in a game where probably shouldn't have happened. But
it's an interesting trio, and I like Naby because he can really break down the lines in that Chelsea defense. And we also have, I think we kind of forget here too, Mitch, is that in the Carabao Cup final, Thiago got yanked in warm-ups. So we're actually getting Thiago back kind of in this game, and I'm really excited to see how he performs against Chelsea because if you remember his first game, I think in a Liverpool shirt, one of his first games, he had that wonderful performance in the second half against Chelsea where I don't think he missed a pass. I think he had more passes than the entire Chelsea team by the end of the game, so I'm really excited to watch him play in a big event. We know his capability, we know his level of play, and to have his leadership on the field along with Hendo in the midfield, I'm really, really excited.
Is this going to 13 penalty rounds?
It is not. I think this will get settled in 90. And that is because of a few things. One, I just don't think Chelsea are very threatening at the moment. They're just very, very inconsistent. Their offense really isn't at the pace. Defense definitely isn't. And when you have players going in and out, Tuchel canceled training the other day, or their day off the other day, to have an open-air conversation with the players. There's rumors of a rift between him and Marcus Alonso in the dressing room. The whole situation at Chelsea, I just don't think is very good right now. Liverpool's is very good. I mean, you have 4 games left, and you're very optimistic to win 2 more trophies and do a nice treble. Luis Diaz has been outstanding. I can't say that enough. And I think he's going to terrorize that Chelsea defense running across them. I see a Liverpool win here. And I see it quite defiantly.
I have kind of 2 compound questions. First question, who do you play alongside Virgil?
Me.
And and with that, how important do you think our offside trap is going to be in this matchup?
Very. I mean,
I think with those 2 kind of rhetorical, kind of interlaced questions, I think we see Konate play over Joel, just because I think we need a little bit more pace. I think we need a little bit more energy, and we need somebody kind of just puppy dogging Virgil and making sure that the line is staying consistent throughout the game. We saw it be the end all be all to Chelsea in the Carabao Cup, and I think we need to see that again
Yeah.
in this fixture.
So
I
you
think if
think it'll
you
be
start
Joel?
him, he's never in the back four anyway. He's always just gallivanting with the forwards, so you don't have to worry about him not holding the line.
Right.
The only thing I would consider, Mitch, is that Klopp loves to just like bounce back every other game, and where Matip played in the midweek, I don't know if that's showing his cards at all. It might not be, but we could see Konate. Konate's proven enough for me this year. Yeah, starting him is fine with me, honestly. I like Joel a lot too. That's nothing against him. It's just I think Konate is a very good second choice.
Absolutely.
The other one is Robbo got a rest in the midweek. I'm hoping that's just what Jurgen said, a rest, and he can get back in the lineup. But aside from that, I think it'll be a nice Liverpool win. Hopefully, first FA Cup win since what, Mitch? 2010. It's been a while.
I think so. Yeah. It's been more than 10 years. What's your prediction for the scoreline?
So I'm going back and forth between 2-1 and 3-1. I do think we concede. Our defense hasn't been like clean sheet level in the past few games. I could see us conceding, but I do see a multiple goal victory.
I'm gonna say 4-2 in extra time.
4-2
Or
in
does
extra time.
this doesn't go straight to pens, does it?
No.
No. God no. Yeah, I'm saying 4-2 in extra time. It's 2-2 after 90, and we scored 2 in extra.
What I do have, we'll go back to the Fiorentina forecast here, Mitch, but just to get into my pick for the game while we're on it, I'm going to do another treble parlay. We did that for the Carabao Cup Final. Almost hit, so we're going to go back to it. We're taking a Liverpool win, over 2.5 total goals, and Mo Salah to score at any time. Big game final. I'm taking Salah to score any day. He has been kind of on shaky form recently, but I favor him to get back on the score sheet here. Those three picks combined together plus 380 odds, so you can almost quadruple your money with that. We will be following the treble parlay during the game and reporting on how it does.